Hey guys, this is Shadow Aim Caulfield coming to you with Scooby Count Project 28. Wednesday is missing. And this is the third episode of the fourth season of the new Scooby-Doo movies, which premiered on September 23rd, 1972. And in this crossover, we meet the Addams family. And fun fact, this video was, why did I call it a video? I mean, it's like used to like YouTube and stuff. This episode was only ever shown like one time, I believe, when it first came out due to licensing issues. Which is really funny. That's why most shows don't do like that, so they don't want a problem with this. You know, imagine if the Elverse did a crossover of like the MCU or something. That's why you should probably stick to doing it within your own franchises that you actually own. I mean, it is fun to see them crossover, but it can be kind of risky, especially with something like this. But anyhow, let's get into it.
Today, Scooby-Doo meets the Addams family.
The episode opens up with the gang driving through a thick fog. And they hear a wolf howl, so Scooby and Shaggy get freaked out. They then see a giant pair of eyes in the sky, and Scooby decides to, well, cover Fred's eyes so they can't see, and they crash. I mean, man, these guys are always driving through like a fog or something. Like, well, I don't think there's really a way to get rid of fog. I was gonna suggest like a fan.
Fog is so thick you can cut it with a knife.
But I'm pretty sure that only works in like Mario Party. I think that was a... Which one was... What had it where there was like a fan that blew away all the fog? I have absolutely no idea.
Oh, great. Now we're stuck in this swamp. And look, those eyes.
They're headed straight for us.
Hold everything. Those aren't eyes. They're headlights from a car.
Yeah, I don't know why my thing is all circular. I have absolutely no idea how to like change that or why it's doing that in the first place. But moving on. They then spot a man and a woman in the car, not a monster with yellow eyes, who explain that they were driving away from some eerie looking house. And that they used to be housekeepers, but say that they need haunted housekeepers instead. Because, you know, the house is haunted. And then they hear a strange howling like earlier and drive off. And then Daphne feels like she knows that house. Because, you know, she's been in about 24 haunted houses already. Wow, who knew there was so many haunted houses in this place? Like, every place they go is a haunted house. But you cannot tell what the house is from. And meanwhile, Fred tries to get the van unstuck, but it won't come out as the battery is dead. That is when a strange green man comes to help them, and the man tells the gang to follow him. Which is not creepy at all. It's not like he's a serial killer in the middle of the woods. Or should I say serial unaliver? Because, you know, YouTube is like stupid. That's why I got a beef with YouTube. Hopefully I can get this onto YouTube and not just Patreon. But, you know, YouTube likes to screw me over with these stupid copyright claims, which make absolutely no sense whatsoever. And, well, Yeah, Fred and Daphne feel like they know that man for some strange reason. Well, quick thing. Editor Shadow here, and I just want to apologize to the citizens of the world. Saying the K word was a lapse in judgment on my part.
That guy leading us. Where have I seen his face before?
Probably in some nightmare.
I'm gonna try to underlay the footage of the scene I'm talking about, under the face cam, so you guys actually have something that kind of look like, and I guess be engaging. Because I was gonna do Subway Surfers, but let's be honest, Subway Surfers is so 2010. Actually, I don't know when that game came out. I never played it. But anyhow, the episode cuts to the Addams family in the house, and Wednesday's playing with the voodoo doll, and Morticia is knitting like an octopus or spider sweater. I don't remember, just had like a bunch of like legs in it. And Gomez is walking up and down the wall because he's worried that they'll have to cancel the vacation because the last two housekeepers left. Which is really weird that they'll need a housekeeper because isn't that what Loach and Thang are for? And Grandmama is technically though, but I mean, like Loach, I mean, why do they need like two random housekeepers? Which is really, because they only have Wednesday and Pugsley, those are like the only children. And speaking of Pugsley, he is somehow digging a sand pit to China. Well, digging in his sand pit in the house to China. Which is weird that they would have a sand pit in the house, but then again, they're the Addams family. And I'm not sure if my logic is correct, but wouldn't, if you dig straight down to China, you have to go through like the Earth's core or something? Then again, I guess it is a cartoon, so it doesn't really matter. But mainly because he's successful. Or maybe I'm thinking of Minecraft where you don't dig straight down because you end up in lava. But that's when Loach brings the gang to the house, and they realize that it's the Addams family from the TV show. Which is just like really confusing if you think about it, because like it makes no sense. Like, do the housekeepers not have a TV? Why would they be scared of the Addams family and leave? Wouldn't they know all about the Addams family? I mean, then, like, why would you take the job? And why not just treat them as a family in the, in universe? Kind of like what they did with Batman and Robin. He's just a superhero. They don't go, look, it's Batman from the TV show. Hence, that's why Batman had to blindfold them when he took them to the Batcave. Because if they saw the TV show, they'll know that Batman, well, the Batcave was and who Batman is. So, it's a really weird choice to treat it as a TV show. Like, it really makes no sense. Yeah, because because those Batman and the Three Stooges were actors, so it makes sense. And Batman, well, he's a superhero. But hopefully they don't use that logic for, like, the rest of them. Like, yeah, I really don't know where I'm going with this. It just makes no sense if you think about it.
Now I know why this house looked so familiar. It belongs to the Addams family.
You're right. I've seen it on TV lots of times.
Okay, so why on earth do all these characters need to do a roll call if Fred and the gang know who they are? Like, I guess because the Addams family doesn't know who they are, but I mean, like, they just all come out of the woodwork. I just find it kind of funny how they established that the gang knows them, and then the other ones are always introducing themselves. Like, especially with Festa, I mean, he literally comes out of, like, nowhere.
Hello there. Welcome to our humble home. I'm Gomez.
And I'm Morticia.
And I'm Wednesday.
And I'm Pugsley.
And I'm Fester.
Oh, yes. And shake hands with Thing.
That's Cousin It. Well, that's just Grandmama.
So, with the gang arriving at the house, Morticia and Gomez Adam finally decide that they're able to go on the honeymoon trip. A romantic getaway. And which is really weird because, like, Uncle Fester, Fang, Cousin It, Mima, and Loach are all there living at the house. And yet, the 5 members of the missing couple have to babysit Wednesday and Pugsley. And Shaggy decides, well, he doesn't want to stay in a creepy house with the Addams family and tries to leave, but he gets killed by Loach and ends up staying.
Goodbye, Grandmama. Goodbye, Uncle Fester. Goodbye, dear Lurch.
Goodbye, children. Be sure to obey your new housekeepers.
Okay.
We will.
So, everyone waves goodbye to Morticia and Gomez Adam, and then cut to dinner. Well, they made what appears to be just rock solid bread. Like literally so hard, Shaggy bangs on the table and it floats. Which apparently the table does that whenever you bang on it. Because, well, I guess it's haunted by a ghost who died eating there, I guess? I have absolutely no idea. But, ooh, spooky house that's totally not involved in the mystery at all.
Forget it. It's just a false alarm.
Now that's what I call a heavy trip.
Okay, so it turns out that they're not only eating bread, they have a live fried chicken. Not fried at the time. It's a live chicken that's running around, and I guess they're gonna try and fry it. But meanwhile, Shaggy is eating something. I don't think it's the bread, because I actually have no idea what he's eating. But Cleopatra, which is the Venus flytrap that they apparently have right next to the dinner table, keeps eating his food. But while that's going on, they hear the mysterious noise.
I see what you mean.
What was that?
Then everyone panics. Scooby jumps into the Venus flytrap and buries himself. Which is weird because Wednesday also said he's part dandelion. Like, how does that work? I guess that's more Addams Family logic. And then the lights go out. And when Thing lights the candle again, Jenna Ortega is missing. That's the actress who played the character. What do you mean that's the actress? Monday is missing.
Long day.
Oh, wrong day of the week? Oh, it's Wednesday is missing. Should have figured that was the name of the episode. What a name for an episode.
Someone left a note.
Let's see what it says. Addams Family. This is a warning. Clear out now. Signed, the Vulture.
Well, someone better call Spider-Man because the Vulture just stole Wednesday. What's next? Is he gonna steal Thursday? Maybe Friday? Take away our weekends like a billionaire? Well, now the gang must split up. They're gonna search this place from basement to attic. Because whoever kidnaps people usually don't actually leave the house. They instead just hide them in another room. No wonder why the Vulture is gonna lose a bunch of teenagers. Either that or the Mr. Incorporated is not very smart. Because usually when you kidnap someone, I don't know if I haven't done, but from what I hear, they usually leave right away. They don't stand around to play hide and seek. Fred and Daphne stumble upon the study with a bunch of creepy looking paintings. I'm talking about creepy. One guy has 3 eyes. Then again, it is the Addams Family, and they mention that a lot because, well, Addams Family was supposed to be weird, so they live in a weird haunted house with a haunted organ. Because you guys do know that in order to legally be considered a haunted house, you have to have an organ that plays by itself. Don't believe me? Go check it up in the laws. Next, we jump to Velma, Scooby, and Shaggy, who are being chased by a haunted armor of a night. That literally doesn't go anywhere. It's just the plot gets thicker, and I swear, these scenes better have something to do with the Vulture. Because there's no reason why this needs to be a 45-minute episode. Nothing really happens. That is why, I don't really believe in the whole, 45-minute, 22-minute time thing. Just put it as much as you need for the episode. Because, man, this is like 2 to 3 minutes of filler, of padding, just to get to the 45-minute episode mark. Unless they somehow tie it into the Vulture, which so far they haven't. You got haunted armor and a haunted organ in a haunted house run by the Addams Family, which the gang knows is haunted because they've seen it on TV. We then jump over to a whole minute of Gomez and Morticia Addams fishing in the Okefenokee swamp. Well, Gomez then gets attacked by an octopus, which he really enjoys because, well, they're basically the bizarros of a normal family. So I thought this joke is kind of getting old. And, again, this is a mortal. Well, this is a mystery show, not a slice of life anime. Like, besides, we're never gonna see any of these characters again. So why are you trying to develop them? This is the only time the Addams Family appears in Scooby Doo, I think. But, anyways, it jumps back over to the house. Alright, so I did some digging, and apparently this could be considered an indirect backdoor pilot to the 1973's Addams Family that ran for 16 episodes and premiered about a year after this episode. So I stand corrected. So Fred and Daphne are running away from I almost said Aladdin, but it's a flying carpet straight out of Alibaba, because remember, this came out almost 20 years before the Disney cartoon, which made magic carpets synonymous with Aladdin. Even though Aladdin wasn't even I have the 1001 Arabian Nights. And what's funny is, I don't even know if there's any magic. I can't remember if there's any magic carpets in here. And Aladdin was from China, not Arabia. But anyhow, Fred and Daphne managed to escape by using the open sesame and close sesame. And then they go into the famous Hall of Doughs. You know, the ones where the gang runs out one entrance and then comes out another. But unfortunately, they don't do this. Instead, they open them up one by one because they think Wednesday might be in them. They start with the closet, and, well, they're very surprised by what they find in there.
Nobody in here.
Just us official family skeletons.
Next, they go to Wednesday's pet, Kono. And, well, of course, she has some very unusual pets.
Some pet. I wonder if it's been fed.
Well, let's not wait around to find out.
Next stop, Pugsley's experimental laboratory. I swear they can go through like every door here. There was like 10 or 12 doors in that hallway. But either way, they keep running into like, they want a monkey, then a mouse, who they all like make the wrong animal noises. And Fred mentioned something that happened on the show, like Pugsley turned Wednesday into a bold. Man, they were really like trying to build up this backdoor pilot, I guess.
Is that you?
No, it's Mr. Bentley, the mailman. And would you tell Pugsley enough is enough? I've got to finish delivering the mail.
You know something funny I just realized? The people making the show added in a laugh track to a cartoon. Like, why? I don't understand why if you like remove, like, they think if you don't have a laugh track in, it's not funny. Like, I mean, I guess if they're laughing, then you laugh to find it funny. I really don't know why you need to put a laugh track into a cartoon. But anyhow, they go to leave Pugsley's door, but the alarm goes off. Because I guess she wired it to the inside of the door instead of the outside. Or instead of doing both, you open the door and then the alarm goes off. I don't really know how that works. And he also put a trap door under it, so when you go to open it, you fall into a trap door, which is what happened to Daphne and Fred. The gang gave up. Daphne wants to pit in the Lost and Found about Wednesday, but Velma's like, and then what? One missing gold and the reward is an ice cream sundae. Meanwhile, Shaggy's playing chess with a live chess pieces, like the knight is literally like a horse. And then in the middle of the game, which isn't really a game because no one's moved any of the pieces yet, the chessboard flies up on the table and goes through a door. And surprise, they've never seen that door before in their entire life.
Of the game.
Look, gang, a door.
I wonder where it leads.
We'll never know. It's locked.
Well, for the third time this episode, Scooby gets scared by a word. This time, it is skeleton key. And because Velma says skeleton, Scooby-Doo ran through the door and broke it open. So then the gang just walks through it. And Velma instantly recognizes it as Gomez's bedroom. Like, if you've seen the room, like, what? Did the show just cut to the room and then show them walking in or something? But Shaggy goes to lay on a bed, but Scooby quickly pushes out of the way because, well, Gomez sleeps on pins and needles, like literally spikes on the bed, like Indian holy men. And then Shaggy goes to give Scooby Scooby snack to save his life, but then the moose head on the wall eats it. And it's not actually a head on a wall. It's just a moose poking its head through a hole in the wall. And then Scooby and Shaggy get fine and basically get unconscious. And then it cuts again. The episode then cuts to the gang in the attic. I think that's the attic. There's a chillin' though. And it doesn't look like an attic. It's just the top room. So I guess it's an attic, as they said. And Shaggy decides to sit down in a chill because they cannot find Wednesday. And then lo and behold, they find her voodoo doll sitting on the chill that Shaggy was sitting in because he got jumped out because he got stuck by like the voodoo needles or something. And then they give the doll to Scooby, who accidentally sees it, destroying it, but they find a note in
Addams family, leave this house now. Signed, the Vulture.
Again with the vulture?
Who could the vulture be?
We'll never know until we find Wednesday. And Scooby, we're counting on you to pick up her trail.
Scooby takes another whiff of the doll, and he is on the case. He then takes the gang to the kitchen to get a bite to eat. And come on, Scooby, a little girl is missing and you're eating food? What have you been doing the entire time? They could have eaten food earlier. Oh, at least try to track her down. I'm sure her scent is on more things than just her voodoo doll.
Really, Scooby? What have you got to say for yourself this time?
I ate the whole thing.
So, it turns out it wasn't soup. It was the lizard's bathwater. So then Scooby goes to throw up and he falls down a shaft. Because apparently there's a hole right next to the kitchen door that I don't know how they didn't see before. And lo and behold, there's a circular elevator in it that the gang decides to take to see where it goes. And they take the elevator all the way up to the top floor and they find a secret terrace. Well, then there's a lock on a door that Velma picks with the lockpick. But I swear, if you look at it, the lock is already like unlocked. When she opens it, it closes and then opens wider.
Don't worry, this hairpin fits all sizes. Now if I can just get these tumblers to tumble.
You did it!
And they found Wednesday hidden in a secret terrace. Who knew? I guess the vulture was kind of stupid and left the kid hidden in a secret area of the house. But Wednesday was fine because she had her pet spider Homo to use as a yo-yo. And that is when the vulture comes back. And we actually get a pretty good look at what he looks like.
I can't stand explosions. I go all to pieces.
We do too.
See what it says. Addams family, clear out. This is your final warning.
Well, Scooby and Shaggy freak out and take the elevator down the first floor, where they run into an alligator at the front door and then run away, only for it to turn out that it was literally just Morticia's alligator bag. That was like an actual alligator. I don't understand how that works, but the Addams Family logic. And then they run, and then they get trapped inside of a bone bronchiosaurus.
Darling, look. They've discovered Bronislaw.
Huh?
And that's not all. Bronislaw has discovered them. This will be the first thing he's had in his stomach in 3 million years.
The gang then tell the Addams family that the vulture wants them to move out, and then Morticia asks why, and then Gomez says that the world is full of strange people. And I just want to show you the laugh track. I mean, like, why do you need a laugh track in a cartoon? It's stupid.
The world is full of strange people.
We've got to find this vulture before he pulls any more tricks.
The gang then go to the basement, and nothing really happens except Velma makes like a cheesy joke that I think they literally just did the scene just so she could say this one line.
I guess Cousin It was the interior decorator.
Or in this case, the Eeyore decorator.
The joke wasn't even that funny. I now have a beef with cartoon laugh tracks. But moving on. Wow, this episode is such a bullfest. Scooby and Shaggy fall asleep on a magic carpet. And then they get taken outside while they run into the vulture. So they should change the name to The Addams House instead of Wednesday is Missing, because this entire episode is about how crazy this house is.
The vulture! And it's drawing us up to it!
The vulture then comes and magnetizes the magic carpet and basically flies it off with Scooby and Shaggy. Meanwhile, Fred, Daphne, and Velma enter Uncle Fester's laboratory and accidentally light a candle, which turns out to be a Roman candle firework. And they go every which way, and as the gang runs outside, they see Scooby and Shaggy on the flying carpet from earlier, and I just love how shocked Daphne is when she says flying carpet.
On a flying carpet.
Hang on, Scoob!
To what?
And when Scooby and Shaggy crash land, they fall into the moat where there's an octopus. So then they jump out and run away. And as they do, a firework manages to hit the vulture, sending it spiraling towards the ground. And we gasp! It's not a vulture at all. It's some kind of flying mechanism. And the culprits are the only other two people in the episode, the housekeepers. What a plot twist.
The vulture is really a helicopter.
And those people inside it.
The ones we met on the road.
Then you're not really housekeepers.
No, we only pretend to be in order to plant these highly magnetized steel squares inside the Addams house.
I want to show the whole reveal, but I don't think YouTube's gonna clip that long, and I won't try to get on YouTube because, well, Patreon doesn't really do it and doesn't really get that much views. So they did it because they were thinking of the children, because apparently I guess the Addams family scares the children, so they pretend to be housekeepers to get in there and spookify, pin these magnetic things here to try and scare the family off by making it to manipulate things and I don't the Addams family. They're not getting scared by haunted house, or you're just trying to kidnap a child. But Velma comes up with an idea and turns the Brontosaurus into a slide and turns the pet octopus from the moat, not the one from the swamp, so then again that whole swamp 1 minute scene was pointless. The octopus from the moat becomes a merry-go-round thing and becomes one half of the jump rope. And all the children are happy. So nothing happens to the people. And then the gang says goodbye and leave, and it ends with Shaggy accidentally lighting up one of Uncle Fester's Roman candles. Too long. Well, that is the end of Wednesday's Missing. And unlike my usual tier list where I just put them in a category, I have decided to make full categories for them instead of just putting them like 1 star, 2 star. And they said scale of 1 through 5. Those design, abilities, motives, and events. And then what I would do is I'll count up all the masks and then put them from 1 to 5 stars. If those 4 to 6 masks, it's 1 star. 7 to 10, 2 stars. 11 to 14, 3 stars. 15 through 17, 4 stars. 18 through 20, 5 stars. And I have like what makes them each, you know, what rank each max is, but I'm not gonna sit and explain what all, you know, all 20 things are. So let's begin with the male housekeeping couple. Alright, now I'm gonna kind of like combine both the civilian and the creature identity and just kind of like group them all together since I'm not separating them. So let's begin with, well, the design. I mean, it's just a generic vulture, and he's just like a generic old man. So unfortunately, I gotta give him 1 mask out of 5. And next, his abilities. He can fly, and it's a giant magnet. They place magnets all around the house to conform them. Oh, well, I don't know what I'm saying, but to like magnetize. But I mean, it's functional, but it's not really that impressive. And like, how exactly do you like manage to control it if you can't see like what's inside the house? So, because of that, I'm giving it 2 masks. So currently it's 3 out of 10. And for the motive, I'm gonna have to, it's kind of a nonsensical or lazy motive. They literally just wanted to get rid of a creepy family who's done nothing wrong, but they think that it's scaring the children, even though the children aren't scared at all. So I gotta give that 1 mask 4 out of 15. Not looking too good. And for the events, they were barely active. Those few scenes are weak details, or weak impact. Wasn't even like anyone in the episode. Then maybe the episode's about 45 minutes long. There was only in the episode for like maybe like 5 minutes. I mean, sure, they spent most of the time looking for Wednesday, but I gotta give that 1 mask. So it's 5 out of 20, which is gonna land at 1 star. Not looking too good. And now for the female housekeeping couple. I probably should have just put them together because really they don't really do anything separately. They're the exact same. So I'm gonna give them 5 out of 22 because they acted as one unit. They both didn't have names. They both did the exact same thing. They were always together. I don't know who was controlling the vulture or anything like that. Because it wasn't exactly clear. So, 1 star as well. And that concludes the Addams Family episode Wednesday is Missing. Now, until next time, I will see y'all then.
On the mountain where the gods grow restless, 3 thrones watch a world below. Frost and thunder trap